An imperium not of bankers and bureaucrats, but of high culture bearers. Now, I have a friend of mine working with EU Observer. I left some newspapers there. He interviewed me once. Those who care to read. He's the editor of the EU Observer in Europe. Smack in Brussels. I told me, Norman, it's frightening. If the Constitution passes, we have a tyrannical bureaucracy in the banking. For one simple reason, that the Constitution empowers Europe to empower itself. So once it's approved, they have the power to empower themselves. Total power, but it's a tyrannical power, a bureaucratic. And this chap, he's left-wing, he's Eurosceptic, EU Observer is Eurosceptic. I said, Norman, it's unbelievable, we're in Malta, having a debate. I said, Norman, the only thing that can save Europe, can save us from this tyrannical, bureaucratic Europe, is your Imperium Europa. It's unbelievable, but it's the only solution to this Europe. There's nothing else. A bureaucracy, an all-pervasive, smothering bureaucracy is going to take over Europe unless we get together and be in Europe to change it, and it is possible. Eventually, I have delineated the geographical area of what we call our imperium, the imperium. We will have a eugenics and eugenics program, sports, outdoor mountaineering, as Evola used to say. We will protect our borders everywhere, our heartlands and our overseas possessions, as we appropriate what we think is ours. And at this point in time, when there is this potential for our victory, the enemy will try to divide us again. The enemy will infiltrate us and will divide us. In Malta, such a small group as ours, we already had a division, a splinter. Some wanted classical conservatism, 1920s and all that. We said, no, we are the new right. We want to look forward. Basta con il passato, I sogni di gloria, the dreams of yesterday, how good we were. We will look into the future, because we are the 5 R's. The radical racialist right, revolutionary reactionaries. Radical, because our solutions are radical. Radici, from the word Latin, radici, roots. So we are radical. Racialists, we're not racists. We don't hate other races, but we're racialists. We love our own. First and foremost, nature's way. Like all the others do, damn it. Why shouldn't we? So we are radical, racialist. Radical, racialist. No, they stick together. I was in Smithfield Open Market last Sunday. It was the greatest zoological experience I have ever seen. I'm sure that when Desmond Morris drove the human zoo, he had Smithfield in mind. It was unbelievable. It was shocking to us. You know, as a visitor, it hits you. No, we wanted to preserve our territories. We want to protect our own kind, our progeny. Is that a crime? Of course not. Radical, racialist right, we are of the right. We are not the collectivists, the sheep of the left. Radical, racialist right, revolutionary. Of course we are revolutionary, and how? We embrace new ideas. Alistair was talking about these archaeologies, and we call them sky-high cities when I write something about archaeology. I was invited by the university to deliver a talk, architecture and its relation and relevance to high politics. And I mentioned these sky-high cities, you see. We embrace new ideas, far-fetched ideas. The left cannot do that because they are fossilized, but we do. So radical, racialist right, revolutionary, reactionaries. And how we are reactionaries? In the proper sense of the word, we react to all that is noxious, poisonous, detrimental to our race. We react, yes, against it. when we say something which is not beneficial to our country and people, we are reactionaries and proud of it, in the true sense of the word. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to resolve this dilemma of the right wing. We have to get together. We have to be in Europe. We have to meet in Brussels, where victory lies. Each of us within our own parties, especially the culture bearers, because a party without a spiritual idea, without cultural infusion, is not political, it's just a vote-catching machine. We must do our bit, however small and humble it is. Every little action by us, from a well-worded speech to knocking on doors or whatever we do in our activism in our little villages, everything helps. Everything, however humble it is. And each action is one's own responsibility. We have to be proactive. We have to infuse this in our members, that they become proactive. And these actions of ours, big or small, will determine the issue. Actions will determine the issue. And the issue will be our legacy to future generations. That will be our legacy to future generations. The winning of this great battle for the survival of our race and our civilization. Magna Europa est patria nostra. Amen.
Any questions?
Oh, yes, I was trying to duck those. Three of those. Please, any questions, feel free. Something which you're a bit apprehensive of in our vision.
In the Imperium Europa, would there be a hierarchy, cultural hierarchy? Would there be any one figure which will be the head of that Imperium?
We, rather than one man who will be the chairman or whatever, we tend to call it core, the core group. Command, organization, revolutionary elite. There will be a tiny group, a very tiny group, at the top of the pyramid. Then a bigger, like a senate, used to be. And then the high culture bearers all over, the guardians, the guard dogs of the Imperium. Guard dogs in the sense of high culture and spirituality. Because our Imperium is going to be divided into two. Imperium, male, and the female side, Dominion. The Imperium side, the role of the elite, the realm, will be confined solely to spirituality, high politics, race, and territory. That's all. But all else within the Dominion side is free. And here is where there is this a little bit of divergence. We tend to liberate the man, the European, to pursue. But we will transfer the onus of his actions, the responsibility, onto him. Why should myself drink a bottle of dry sherry in 2 hours, and then somebody who has another pleasure, another drug, gets arrested? It's ridiculous. Alcohol is the worst drug. Alcohol is the worst drug. You see, prohibition brings out another monster. So we, in the Dominion side, we tend to favor a libertarian, not liberal, a libertarian, but whoever, whatever, the onus of responsibility is transferred, and within a few months, nature will clean up on its own.